It's funny to think that I'm so excited about a blank wall, but this blank wall behind us, we've been prepping this week for something very exciting and very special. And I'm going to be sharing exactly what that will be later in today's video. We've also been working on the pub, and our very unique use for our old stair treads is coming to life. So I'm excited to share where we've got to with that. And I'm also going to reveal the stain color that you helped us choose for the countertop in the Thirsty Whippet pub. And don't forget that if you're enjoying our videos, make sure you hit subscribe on our YouTube channel, the Ladysmith Manor Diaries, to ensure that you're the first to see all our videos when we put them out. But first, let me show you what we've been up to this week. A big thank you to everyone who shared their ideas on the stain color for this countertop at the back of the bar. And as you can see, we have now finished it and it is looking beautiful. And it was pretty much a 50-50 mix of people who thought they liked the chestnut, the warmer chestnut more, or the dark walnut. And so what we ended up doing was actually something kind of in the middle. We had already stained this twice with the chestnut, which gave it that very warm feeling. And then we ended up picking up some espresso, which was kind of a little bit warmer than the walnut, but definitely had a much darker tone to it. And we added that on top. So now it is kind of a mix of the two. It's got the warmth of the chestnut, which is really nice, but it's got a much deeper, slightly more darker stain to it using the espresso. So it's come out this beautiful wood color. We've now put 2 coats of the top coat, which is food grade, on top to protect it and to really give it the final piece. And it is now ready to go. But I am so thrilled with it. I was very, very nervous with my stain colors, I have to admit. I did not want to screw it up and get the wrong color, but thank you again to everyone who helped us find that middle ground, and I think it worked out really well. We've built this unit at the back of the bar using metal shelving just to really give it strength. But now that we have our countertop on, I really wanted to kind of disguise some of the metal so it looks much more like a fitted piece of wood furniture. So what I got Stephen to do was actually to cut me some pieces. When he cut this countertop, he had some extra pieces that he cut off. And I got him to cut these down, and we've now fitted them so they'll actually fit on the front panel of the unit, covering the metal. So that means that when you actually look at it, it will look like wood, and it will look like a fitted wood cabinet, essentially, although it's, metal shelving underneath, which is really strong. So I've had all these cut now, and now all I've got to do is stain them to match the top. So these are the pieces of wood that Stephen has cut for me for the front of my unit in the pub. And I'm now just staining them up. So I want them to obviously match the counter on the top, because I want it to look like one unit. So I have to do 2 coats of the chestnut and then 1 coat of the espresso. So I'm going to do a few coats, let them dry, and then put the next coat on, and then I'll put a top coat on to finish it off, to protect it. And then they can be put up on the unit so it kind of all looks finished. When the sun streams through these back windows, it makes it beautifully bright here in the pub. But one of the problems is that with the reflection, it's really hard to see the features on this wall on the camera. So tonight I've come down here because I thought I would show you a little bit of how these windows are now looking, which I've tried recording in the daytime and you just can't see anything. So you can see here we now have added our trim around the windows, and we've gone with our blue-black, which I'm really, really pleased with. The windows themselves will actually be painted the same dark black, blue-black colour as well. But I'm actually waiting for the weather to warm up. It's been so cold recently that the paint just wouldn't stick. So as soon as the weather warms up, I'm going to paint all that white in the dark black. And then Stephen is also building me some pelmets that are going to go at the top of these windows as well. And you can see now in the middle the shelves that we're putting up. And I've been really excited this week to be working on these because they're looking so great. You can see that this bottom one has been stained. The top ones have not yet been stained, but that's a job that I'm going to be working on tomorrow. And you can see also the brackets that we decided to go with, which I really love. They're the kind of cast iron, black, very traditional Victorian look. And this is going to be the shelves at the back. We're actually going to put some lighting on that, and that's going to be where all the bottles for the bar are going to go. So today I'm working on our shelves that go behind the bar, and the thing I love about these shelves is they're totally reused from materials that we found in the manor. And these are the old stair treads that we found, and they looked in pretty bad shape, but with Stephen has trimmed them, cut them, and then with a bit of sanding, they've come up beautifully. So you can see the beautiful grain that has come out with the sanding, and they're just solid pieces of wood. You know, you don't get this kind of wood these days, and if you do, it's very, very expensive to have. So to have it in the manner that we can reuse is, I just love. So I have done my testing on my stain. I've done one that's up in the pub right now, and we tested a couple of stains to make sure we got the right shade, because again, we wanted it to blend in with our countertop. And again, every wood is different. So this one has come up really well with the English chestnut. So I've got my final 3 shelves here, and I'm going to stain them up so they're ready to go up. We've even left the nail marks, so you can see in the stairs where the nails were. So we've left those because it just is part of the character, and I love that you can really see that when the stain goes on. I'm sure you have seen our gorgeous mural here in the reception room. This was painted by Peggy and Jackie of Sisterworks Art last year, and they took a photo across Dorchester, and then they painted this mural from that photo. So it's really a piece of the local landscape that's come into the manor, and we just absolutely love it. But when we commissioned this mural, we always had the vision that we would have a second mural out in the hallway, and that's what that blank wall is today. I showed you is that we've been prepping that ready for the next mural, and the one out in the hallway is going to be a little bit different. It's going to still have the same feel and the same environment to it, but it's going to be floor to ceiling. It's actually going to have a big tree in it as well. So we have a tree in this one. It's going to be a slightly different tree, but it's going to all tie together, so when you look from this room into the other room, it will all feel like the same landscape. And we were actually hoping to start work on the painting this week, but it's been so bitterly cold here at the manor that we've had to postpone, because cold weather and painting do not go together. And so with fingers crossed, we're hoping maybe next week that we can start work. As soon as the temperatures get a little bit warmer, Peggy and Jackie will be back to start painting. And I cannot wait to share with you the progress, because I'm going to be recording all the behind the scenes. I'm going to share with you what the work is, how it's looking over the time as it gets put together and comes to life. And I'm excited because next time you come to the manor, there will be another mural that you'll be able to enjoy alongside this one that we have here in the reception room. So I am so excited to see that blank wall come to life, and I can't wait to share it with you next week. Fingers crossed that Peggy and Jackie can start work with the painting. If not, it will be in the next few weeks, so stay tuned. But I better get back to work, and we've got lots of things that we're working on this week. We've got new stuff happening in the pub, and maybe I'll even be able to show you some mural next week. But I look forward to seeing you back here next week for our next episode of the Ladysmith Manor Diaries.